Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to continue our series on the HPE ProLiant DL360 Gen10 server. In this video, we're going to specifically focus on drives, both hard drives and solid state drives. Let's get going. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by today. It's a little bit more about the HPE ProLiant DL360 Gen10 server. Do us a favor, if you find anything that helps you in this video, click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, well, let's hop in. This video will be specifically focused on drives, both hard drives and solid state drives. What we're going to do in this video as a whole is we're going to go over the different types of compatible drives. We're going to go over the max speeds and sizes for those different drives. We're going to compare the maxes as well for large form factor versus small form factor. And then we're going to actually show you how to install the drive, which is going to be really simple because they're hot swap and they just pop in and out really easy. And then at the end, we're going to show you a cool tool that we like called HPE Systems Utilities. And the nice thing about HPE Systems Utilities is that it can test way more than just the drives themselves. You can test the entire system and it'll allow you which parts to choose. And we'll show you step-by-step instructions on exactly how to use HPE Systems Utilities. So what are the different types of compatible drives with the DL360 Gen10 server? Well, you have SAS hard drives, you have SATA hard drives, and you have solid state drives. And technically within solid state, you have both SAS and SATA. So what are the different types of speeds for all those different types of drives? Well, with SAS, you're going to get 7.2K, 10K, or 15K RPMs, and all that is basically saying is that's the revolution per minute. There's a spinning disk inside your hard drive, which is why a solid state drive is superior, because there's no mechanical devices, but there's a spinning disk inside your hard drive that will get you any of those speeds as a whole. Now with the 7.2K for SAS, that's generally your bigger sizes, or let me rephrase that, your rounder sizes. So like a 1 terabyte or a 2 terabyte would be the 7.2K SAS, whereas like the 10K and 15K, which are going to be your faster speeds, are going to be your 300 gig, your 600 gig, your 900 gig, your 1.2, your 2.4. Some of those kind of strange sounding sizes are generally the 10K and the 15K. And one of the things I do want to note about the 15Ks, especially if you're buying used, you definitely have to be very careful because the ball bearings will wear out. It is a mechanical device that's going around 15,000 times a minute that, you can just expect that they're going to wear down over time. So it's just something I always like to point out. Now with SATA, you're going to get 7.2K. That's what you get, 7.2K RPM. That's pretty much it. So there's technically some other like Raptor drives out there that are 10K and some other things, but generally speaking, SATA is 7.2K across the board on everything. Okay. Now with solid state drives, it depends on whether you have a SAS solid state drive or a SATA solid state drive. With a SAS solid state drive, you can get up to 12 gigabit per second, whereas with a SATA solid state drive, you can only get up to 6 gigabit per second. And it just, again, it depends on what type of scenario you're in. What kind of application do you have? Do you need the speed or do you need the size? So what about the sizes? Well, the size depends on what type of chassis you have. You could have a large form factor chassis or a small form factor chassis, and that's going to really be the determination for what type of drive you get, which is actually really important on the hard drive side in particular. So with the large form factor chassis, yes, you will have less number of drives overall, but the drives will have a higher capacity per drive and be much cheaper on a price per terabyte. That's the advantage of a large form factor, is that it's really great for storage as a whole. So on large form factor, you can put in 16 terabytes for SAS, 16 terabytes for SATA, 15.36 terabytes for SAS SSDs, and 7.68 terabytes for SATA SSDs. So those are going to be your maxes overall. Now I'll be honest, I'm sure you can put more than 16 terabytes in on the hard drive side. I'm sure you can put in 18 or 20 or 22, and if you have it at home, drop a comment down below, let everybody know. But that is according to HPE's quick specs, and that's what their guide shows. But again, I'm sure you can put in larger drives as a whole. Now for small form factor, it's going to be much less overall. It's going to be 2.4 terabytes for SAS, it's going to be 2 terabytes for SATA, and then it's going to be the exact same on the SAS SSDs and the SATA SSDs at 15.36 terabytes for SAS SSDs, and then 7.68 terabytes for SATA SSDs. So on the small form factors, not only can you get higher scalability by using SSDs, you get better performance and less chance of them falling out. So again, I'm a big fan of getting rid of the hard drives and putting the solid state drives in. Highly recommend that. Now again, if you're doing a storage box, that's a different story, but for just in general purposes, solid state drive is going to be just a much more superior product as a whole. So all right, now that we know a little bit more about it, why don't we show you how to physically install them Alright, so to remove our old drive, just push the red button and this will just slide right out. Toss it to the side. So now we're going to install our new solid state drive. So hit the red button to open our tray up, and we are just going to slide this in. Right when it gets to this point, it'll click into place. Pretty simple install overall. So again, just the red button, push it all the way till it stops, and then just click it closed. So it's a very, very simple install. Hot swap makes it very easy. The other thing I wanted to point out is that if you do have the 3.5-inch chassis, which will be the 4-bay large form factor, if you go to our site and you're trying to buy an upgrade, we will have the entire kit that you need. That will be the 3.5-inch HP tray with the appropriate adapter / converter to put your 2.5-inch SSD in, so you can get it all in one place at our website and not have to run around to put all the pieces together. It'll be nice and easy in just one kit right there on our website. So now we're going to show you how to test your drives using HPE's system utility.
Hey everyone, this is Ben with Cloud Ninjas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to test your hard drives and solid state drives for your system. It's pretty easy to do and won't take long at all, and I recommend that you do this to make sure that your drives are in good health. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is power on our server, and during post we want to press F9 so we can enter into System Utilities. Inside of System Utilities, we want to go down and select Embedded Applications, and inside of here we want to go down and select Embedded Diagnostics. Now in this menu we have a ton of different options, and I recommend that you go exploring them. Specifically, we're going to go down to Component Tests, and in here, as you can see, that there are multiple different options for each of the components for your system. We're going to go ahead and click on the hard drive option, and then we're going to click Regular Test. One neat thing about this is that it will give you an estimated test time. So for this specific test, it'll be 2 to 3 minutes. So once we're ready, we can click on Run Once. If there is an individual drive that you'd like to test, maybe you think that drive is possibly failing and you just want to test one, you can select that specific drive just to test it. But in this video, we're going to do test all hard drives so we can get an overall diagnostics of all the drives in our system. And in doing so is going to start our test. This test will not take long at all. It will take around 10 seconds or so. The more drives you have installed in your system and the more drives that you're testing, the longer that this will take. But we don't have many, so this won't take long at all. And it's as easy as that. That's how you test your hard drives and solid state drives. And like I said earlier, if you're looking at testing any other components, you can do it all in that same menu, whether we want to test your processor, your network card, your memory. It's all in there. Just specifically in this video, we're showing you how to test your drives. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. And if you're looking at purchasing any hard drives or solid state drives from us, we got plenty in stock. And if you're interested in any custom server builds, we got plenty of different servers in stock from HP, Dell, and Supermicro, and the list goes on. If you got a specific configuration that you're looking for, hit us up at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com, and we'll be able to help you out.